saw this on polls today. The thing about Bluebeam, you get people who do this sometimes, like they say they're part of some kind of thing. This guy's apparently part of a nuclear kind of protesting against nuclear power kind of thing. I don't remember. I'll put it up there. But he was saying that he has knowledge about when they're going to be using blue beams, and he says 99% sure it's happening this year. I don't know, maybe. I thought they would have used that already. But and he was saying how people, or he thinks that people aren't going to, no one's going to go for it. I'm almost certain they will. From the display we got a couple of years ago, if they put like what he's explaining there is how they're going to roll it out, meaning NASA's going to see some kind of thing heading toward Earth, and then it's going to slow down and destroy some part of Asia, which they'll do with their direct energy weapons probably. And if they see all this on TV, most of them are going to 100% believe it. And it'll be right back to advocating for putting me in a camp or killing me if I don't take the chip that's going to protect us from aliens. You know, I kind of don't have hope for a lot of these people out here. It's a nice old hotel. It's like one of the first ones. That one, the big white one with the pillars that I walk by all the time. But yeah, they're gonna go for it. Of course they're gonna go for it. You know, there'll be people like us that won't. You know, we know already. We're expecting it. You know. So I bring up the fact that, yeah, I guess I will again. If you've been here before, you probably heard 1,000 times. But I did see a blue beans run through right across from my house 4 years ago. Me and Nia saw it. It was pretty crazy. They just projected some mountains up in the sky. It was there all night, and no one cared. No one was looking at it. No, I mean, a guy fishing next to the Alawai, where it was projected right across from, he was looking at it, but he didn't seem too interested. He didn't seem too freaked out by it. And I was walking near to work, and I'm just looking at it. It went the whole distance to the Alawai, just these big green mountains up in the sky, and no one cared. No one cared. People were just walking by it. However, if they were to put that on TV, then people would care. Or not even on TV, I mean media. You know, not a lot of people, younger people watch TV anymore, but you know what I mean? If people see it in the media somehow. And then there was another thing they did here at one point where they were laying out the screen for it. And what it is it has to lay out a grid to be projected on, or at least that's the way I understand it. And apparently they have this technology at Pearl Harbor. They have a lot of weird shit there because it's off the mainland, and they have a little bit more flexibility to mess with weird stuff, or to have these kind of out of anyone's purview type of projects. But yeah, he says this year, 99% sure, whatever. Either way, I gotta disagree with him. I think people are going to go for it 100%. Because look what happened a couple of years ago. You know, and something like when we had the blue beam thing up in the sky here, I noticed it at around dinner time. I was walking Nia to work, she was working the night shift at the time. And like I said, no one cared. After that whole incident, it made me start thinking, what are these people? Because they're not like me. And there's something else going on. I think that was the very beginning of the idea of, you know, the robots, the 3D people, whatever these fucking things are, as being just parts of the original tool set of this area back when it was used as for educational purposes, you know. Just like, I guess, you know, an office suite has like stuff in the software to be able to do all these different things. The people here are like that, you know. And there's a reason for that. But I'm not going to go into that whole line of thing. I had tons of videos about it. But anyway, yeah, he says it's going off this year. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. It seems like they're headed that way by a lot of the stuff that's going on in the media and that whole psyop with the people on the planes and things like that. I would have thought they would have used it already, but I thought they'd be much further along now than they actually are. It used to be, I think it used to be Agenda 2021, or it was Agenda 2020, and then it was 2021, and now I think it's Agenda 30, because they keep having to push it back. Because even though these are plans that are laid out beyond mortal men, they still have to be carried out by incompetent idiots who are this generation of running things for the farmers, you know. So they're not as competent, at least from what I've seen and observed, as maybe the other generations were. It could be a mix of incompetence and the bail situation. The fact that the bail is, you know, disintegrated. Let me get away from people for a minute. It's very hard. It's very hard to get away from people. Yeah, I'll just give this a second. But yeah, so it could be a combination of those two things: incompetence and their tech or their magic or whatever it is they're using to keep the bail up and the scales over the eyes. It's all coming down. You know, as I've gone over many times, the beast is dying. It's losing its power. It just seems. It seems ubiquitous now because they're trying anything, you know, trying anything just to thrash their arms around and try to squash anyone they can to take down into the pit with them. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Either way, there'll be some funny stuff going on, you know, because they're just funny to me. They're just fucking idiots. It's like a clown show with them. It's like a clown show. The whole thing's kind of like a clown show, you know. I've been noticing since I got my last band, and I don't usually care or think about this stuff, but my views have fallen off a cliff. I never got a lot of them before anyway, but I had been, prior to the band, I was, you know, right around 50, 60 each time. It was a crew of guys that come by that I know pretty much. I talk to them all the time. And even that's not happening now. So whatever kind of thing they got me with the algorithm, who the fuck knows. But yeah, so if you do, I'm here every day, I post every day. If you do want to see stuff, I'd never tell you to do any of the things, but you know what to do to get notifications. I'd rather fucking cut my tongue out than say it, but you know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm gonna go head into my old man destination of longs. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.